We off?
30 seconds of carefree bliss.
Oof, like wind in your hair carefree.
Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree.
Yes!
Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree.
He's on a roll now.
Spit toothpaste on the faucet.
You got it. You got it.
Peanut butter on the light switch.
Oh, spritz, spritz.
Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good.
Okay, we're back.
Use as directed.
Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I'm Kathleen Gibson.
Yay! Kathleen.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be
Welcome
here.
back.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
And last time you were here for a Lifetime movie,
Yes,
and it was pretty...
Bad Tutor.
Bad Tutor. Pretty sexy with the zaddy.
Oh, the bad tutor.
Zaddy.
Yes. But we're back. We're here to talk about Hallmark, which is a totally different animal.
Oh my god, but it's my favorite animal.
Right, I figured. So talk to me a little bit about your Hallmark experience.
I fell into them maybe 2 years ago. Just like had it on in the background all the time doing Christmas stuff. Like, let me wrap my presents with a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Let me decorate my tree. Obviously, a Hallmark movie has to be on in the background.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like now we're at a place, like, as a people,
Yeah.
where it's like the content we're watching has to either be super engaging and mean so much or mean absolutely nothing at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just like there's no stakes. I mean, there are, and it's usually the result of a baking competition.
Sure.
But like,
We'll get to it, Joe. Okay.
there's very. Oh, there was a baking one in this.
Yeah, there was.
Because they also did fall movies this year.
They did, yeah.
And it's just
okay.
the Christmas movies only with like sweaters, and there was always a bake off.
Yeah.
Pumpkins.
But like, it's just like there's so much conflict in this world that I want to go to a magical Canadian town where they filmed this, and there are no problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's
I love it. That's like spot on, right?
That's exactly why these would.
Oh,
I
they're
think
so
that's why
good.
these things still exist.
And
Yes.
there's
And have
they
a
get
huge
more and more popular every year.
and
because-
like the worse everything is in the world, like the more popular Hallmark gets. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
an
that's why
escape.
like 10 theaters this year have done Mamma Mia. Nobody wants to think. And I'm
True,
like, I'm
true.
bored with that.
Yeah.
Who needs thinking?
No.
Yeah.
I just want beautiful, like former soap opera stars with perfect hair and makeup
Yep.
and beautiful sweaters.
Oh, and they are here. And the movie we're talking about today,
gosh.
Christmas Joy.
Christmas joy.
Joy may be the protagonist, Drew. Just saying. Just saying. that
Usually
might
is.
happen.
It's usually the formula.
This movie stars
Yeah.
Danielle Panabaker, who is from The Flash, Drew. We spoke about that before on the podcast.
Yep.
And Matt Long, who is new to Hallmark, so don't know where he's from.
He was in he was in a movie with what's her name?
Jennifer Lopez.
No, I wish. No, Amanda.
Siegfried?
No, Bynes. Amanda Bynes.
Oh my gosh.
He was in like either her Snow White one or the.
I think he was the Prince boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Snow White one. Yep, that's right. He looked familiar. That.
Oh, because I IMDb'd the shit out of him. Also, I like that there were only 4 people in this that had IMDb. Like, it was like cast, and then it had 4 people, even though there were like, 30 people.
Right. Everyone else is just like a random Canadian they just
They're
found
just
on the
like
street.
all from the Stratford Festival.
Yes. Yeah. They're like theater people on their
Yeah.
on their break.
Yeah.
They're taking a little break
They're going
and
to get
then coming on.
1,000 times more than they did for their production of Virginia Woolf.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, so jumping right in, Drew.
Yep. I'm ready.
We start off with Joy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she works, this was confusing to me. She works for a marketing firm called something something.
Of course she does.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But the marketing firm's big client is Wetherington's, a mall.
Okay.
Or like a shopping
Like a department
center.
store.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like a
Like
Macy's.
Macy's, yeah.
Gotcha.
And they're located in D.C. For the whole movie, I thought she worked for the Wetherington's department store, but she doesn't. She works for a marketing firm that the Macy's place, Wetherington's, hired her company
Yeah.
to.
It opened on her
Okay.
doing a focus group.
Already
Yeah.
come on.
It was very confusing, and it played. I only mention it because it comes into play later.
Yeah.
And you'll see.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
So she's running this focus group, and it's like a typical like Hallmark demographic. It's like all women and like one minority. So I was like, well, Hallmark, good job there. Really just laying it out.
Yeah, her assistant was Asian.
Of course.
And her boss was Latino, I think. Latina.
Here's the thing. I've seen 4 Hallmark Christmas movies this season compared to the previous. They're putting in people of color in any slot that they can. That's not a
romantic lead.
protagonist.
I heard there was one romantic lead.
They're coming. Christina Milian will be doing one. Jarek.
I love Christina Milian.
Me too.
So, Bring It On 3, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah,
good.
Bring It On 3.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so
One of the
she'll
best
be
ones.
there, and Tatiana Ali and Tia Mowry.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tatiana Ali.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Are
Where's
you-
that from?
Fresh Prince.
Are
Fresh
you
Prince.
kidding
Oh,
me?
gotcha.
Okay, but
I
we're
don't
not
know
here
names.
to,
I'm
we're
not
not
a-
here to talk
I'm not
about
a
how
name guy.
Hallmark is
Also daughter of
casting
Muhammad
people of
Ali.
color. All I'm saying is they're trying to like get their
They're doing
actors a little
their
bit.
best.
They're doing their best. They said they were going to do it like years and years and years.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually seeing it happen, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, good. Like Hallmark finally got heat from like Saturday Night Live last
Yeah.
year and all that stuff. So okay. Anybody who's a peripheral character is a person of color and doesn't have an IMDb,
Not really,
right?
no.
Okay, great. So Joy is like, she's really good at her job, of course, and her there's like a big gala coming up. So
Yeah.
she goes downstairs to like get a dress for the gala, and
At
there's-
Wetherington's.
at Wetherington's, which is why I thought she worked there.
Right.
And the mannequin is there in this green dress, and it's perfect because it matches her mother's favorite Christmas ornament. She keeps saying that.
Okay.
So it's green, and I guess the ornament's green.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it has in common.
Yeah.
And this mannequin, I will note, has like a wig on, like a Sia wig, like with bangs. Did you
I
notice
did
that?
not.
It was the weirdest. It was like a white mannequin in a white wig, and it was like bangs and like Lady Gaga and like
Yeah.
Poker Face
Sure, yeah.
video.
Yeah.
It was so strange.
I was just distracted. So they're picking out this dress, and her Asian assistant is like, they're going to be announcing the promotions at the Christmas gala this year. And I was like, that is like, I do improvised musicals, as
Yes.
like, that's how we met. And it's like, that is like move 101 in like in a long form improv show. It's like, let's set up the thing that we're going to get to.
Yes. Yeah.
There's going to be a Christmas gala, and we're announcing the promotion.
Right. That's
There's
what we
your
got to get
stakes.
to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So Joy is approached by Poppy Wetherington, who is the like head of Wetherington's, obviously, and she's like, "Hey, just so you know, we're gonna be expanding. Maybe like you're really
Poppy?
great, Poppy.
Like, is that the name, or is it like Papa Wetherington's?
It's a woman,
It's a
so
woman.
her name's like Poppy, like Poppy Downs."
Yeah.
From Strangers
Oh.
with Candy.
Yeah.
Anybody with me on that one? Poppy Downs. Okay. Aunt Ruby is in North Carolina. That's Joy's aunt. Okay.
And she looks like a Canadian version of the mom on Queer as Folk. I feel like
Yes.
everyone needs to know that.
She does. She's got red hair. She wears fun sweaters. She
had a
has makeup
whimsical
going on.
sock.
So she is in North Carolina. She's admiring a golden wreath trophy, which is like from the cookie. There's like a cookie
Cookie
crawl.
crawl.
Okay.
So it's like a
Yeah.
cookie crawl is when, didn't know this, you go to everyone's house in the town and they have cookies and you eat them. Like a bar crawl, but with cookies.
That's a lot of cookies.
Yeah. And yet,
so-
no fat people in this whole movie.
No.
Not one.
No.
Well, no,
Oh, no.
never. Never,
We'll get
never.
there,
Yeah,
diversity.
we'll get there. We'll get there. But so she's like the big organizer of the cookie crawl, Drew.
The aunt is.
Ruby.
Okay.
And she's getting a box that says like cookie crawl. It's like the highest stack of boxes you've ever seen in a house. Okay.
Yeah.
She's going on the thing. She's in socks on a ladder. And the ladder has the top part. And it's like, do not step here. But I swear the way
She
like
steps there.
Hallmark like zooms in on the step. And it's like, caution, don't step on this step.
And then we
it's like,
see her Christmas sock.
yeah, under the like caution, don't step on the step. It's like, Ruby, we're talking to you. We're talking to you, Aunt Ruby. Don't step on the step. And she's like, I'm gonna step on it anyways.
Yep.
And she presumably falls. It cuts away. We don't see it.
We
That's
don't get to see.
too
I was
scary.
waiting for a pratfall, and we didn't.
Do you
get
see
one.
her step on it?
You do.
Yeah, we
Okay.
see like a whimsical Christmas stock, and it's like a fuzzy one. Step on
A
it.
slippery one.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then it cuts away, and then it cuts away to Joy getting the phone call.
Yeah.
But-
Yes, Joy gets the phone call. She like drops everything and runs to the hospital to go see Aunt Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And her boss is like, "That's cool, totally fine. Family is family,
yeah.
you know."
Yeah.
And you're like,
She also comes to the hospital room with her copy of Southern Living and like prominently displays like this will get you through the boredom, and like with Southern Living, like your newest issue of Southern Living.
Southern Living.
Yeah.
"Yep, Southern Living, they're a
Just
sponsor."
a little promo.
Just a little promo there.
And
The doctor is black.
oh yes,
Mm-hmm.
the actual doctor.
oh, okay.
So that's good.
Well, that's good.
Not like a nurse or like you
Yeah.
know.
Like the full on doctor.
Like full-on doctor. You became a doctor. Great.
So Joy literally like runs into Ben, our handsome like love interest guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she gets like they're like decorating the tree, and she gets wrapped up in Christmas lights and like goes to him, and then they're like, "Oh, what's happening? Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
And they get untangled, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the admin or whatever, some like
He's the
administrator."
hospital administrator.
Gotcha.
And he's like, "Let me show
Which
you
is
your
a
aunt."
departure for, because normally the plot is small towns are better than cities. Your career doesn't matter as much as Christmas and love.
Yes.
And it's always like someone's like, well, I'm just a blue collar like lumberjack. It's always like
Right.
it's always a guy that works with his hands.
He's a
So
car-
it was
a
like a
carpenter or
slight,
something?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a slight deviation to have a hospital administrator.
Yeah.
Which is like a well-paying businessman job.
I did. I like that too.
okay.
And like they
He wasn't a carpenter like
he
Jesus?
still hated big cities, but
he hates big cities, Drew, because his ex fiance or wife, I can't remember,
I can't remember either.
ex somebody, Anne is her name. I know that, and he was like, she's from the big city, so I don't like big cities.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a...
Okay, because they're in Crystal
issue.
Lake, North Carolina. If you were wondering,
Okay.
and it's very, very snowy in Crystal Lake, North
Yeah.
Carolina.
And
The most
Christmassy.
snowiest North
Yeah.
Carolina ever. Like, if it snowed that much, North Carolina would be shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, nobody would just be out. So Joy is back in town taking care of her aunt and, just trying to get her like things in order.
She feeds the goats.
Yeah. Yeah.
It cuts to her feeding the goats, and then the goats are never seen from again.
No. And it's like,
'Cause,
whose
like,
goats were they? I don't know.
They could only rent the goats for a little bit.
Right.
No, it made it look like, well, now she's got to take care of the farm because Aunt Ruby's in the hospital, but it's like it cut to her feeding the goats one time, and
Not
then
her
there
goats. Not her goats. They were just goats on the way to the coffee shop that she goes to a lot.
because like we saw pun intended hide nor hair of those goats ever again.
No, never. And she is like running errands and stuff, Drew. And let me just note, when you go to your hometown, you have to wear your hometown high school hoodie. So she has a red hoodie on. It says like Crystal Lake High School. And she's
Sure.
wearing that all over town. And she's like with Aunt Ruby, and Aunt Ruby's like, I can't go, plan the cookie crawl because I can't walk. So
And she had to go to like physical therapy,
Yeah,
which was
she's
like a
in-
rehab center she had to be admitted to for a broken ankle.
For falling off. Yeah.
Yeah.
falling off a ladder.
Yep.
And
Well, when
Ben's
you
like,
start getting old, man.
I used to help, so, I could probably help. And Joy's like, well, I want to help. I work in marketing, so this
Yeah.
would be a natural. I could do this in my sleep.
So like a
Right.
cookie crawl.
Cookie crawl,
No
who
problem.
cares? But she's kind of offended that Aunt Ruby didn't like offer it to her, and she like gets back to the house, and she's like looking through Aunt Ruby's stuff, and like there's like events, like layouts, like little like designs,
Yeah, with like clip art.
Yes. And I work in events now, like since I got promoted. Okay. But those are
Was
really.
it announced at the
those are-
holiday gala?
It was. It hasn't been announced yet, so I might put in a request.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, can this be announced at the holiday gala, please? I have a green dress and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But those event forms are totally legit. They look really real. And she was like, getting very overwhelmed. She was like, maybe my marketing isn't going to help me with these events. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. But also, like, I wrote in all caps, this bitch can handle it. Like,
Yes.
she's like a high-powered professional woman. She can, in marketing, she can figure out a theme.
Does it like because she's overwhelmed? Does that cause something else to happen?
Right.
Probably. I'm
Well,
Yes.
kind of. Well, so then the old dude comes in and he's like, well, listen, Ben. And he's like, I can help you. And she goes, well, okay, I can pay you for your time. And then he says, here in small towns, we help each other because it's the right thing to do, not because someone's paying us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Ben.
So he gets super offended and he like runs off.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the hell?
I was just being respectful and like
I'm
trying to
paying
pay you
for your
time.
like anybody
Like,
would.
I know. And I'm like a freelance artist on the couch,
Yeah.
like, bitch.
She's like, you better pay him. She's going to pay him in love. So Ben comes crawling back and he's like, or maybe Cookie crawling back.
Does he like stomp off after?
Yeah,
that?
he
Yeah.
does.
Just like,
yeah.
Oh, he's
look,
furious.
in a small town. But she's like,
Yeah.
I'm from here, asshole.
And also, like, how is it an insult that in big cities we, I don't know, respect people's time and pay them for it?
Right.
Like,
So Ben is like,
That's weird.
Ben, there's also another thing happening, Drew, at the same time. There's a gingerbread,
gala. Oh, no.
a gingerbread contest or
Yeah.
something.
Gingerbread house
Yes,
contest?
yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the judge who was lined up had her baby a week early and can't judge it anymore.
Oh, no.
So Ben needs to find a new judge. So
That judge was one of the 4 people in IMDb.
Oh, really?
The pregnant lady who had
She was
2
in,
scenes.
Wow, she was in 2 scenes and she isn't good for her. She's got a good agent. So Ben comes back and he's like, okay, so maybe I overreacted about the paying, Joy. Like, I'll help you if you help me. I need help with this judging and you could be a judge and then I'll help you because I know all about the cookie crawl. And don't get them confused because the cookie crawl and the gingerbread contest are different things. And they reiterate that like probably 10 more times in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I think like Hallmark
It's-
gave them notes and they were like, this is really confusing. Can you
Yeah.
like say these are different like maybe 10 more times?
Yeah. Which, to be fair,
So there's a cookie crawl going on. There's a
crawl.
gingerbread
Different from the
house
gingerbread house
contest.
Yes. And now we get our baking time, Drew. And I was like,
Yeah.
here we go. Here's our baking time.
and it's just random whisking.
No, just whisking and
There's no flower fight?
no flower
There's
fight.
no flower fights,
Bullshit.
but none of it looks like anything you have to do to bake cookies.
No, they're not rolling anything. It's just like an empty bowl and a whisk.
in a whisk.
Yeah.
That's it.
And a cute apron.
That's about as
sure,
much as I
yeah.
know about baking anyway.
Well, here's
so-
the thing. I bake a lot. I'm going to plug my own. I have an Instagram called Cakes and Cakes. The second cakes has 3 A's.
Ooh.
And I pair a baked good with like a celebrity butt.
A celebrity butt?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like cakes.
Like ass?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a celebrity
So
ass?
it's called Cakes and Cakes.
Cakes.
Oh, okay. I like
That's
it.
gay for butt. Last
Yeah.
time we taught you Zaddy,
Like,
and
you
this
learned
time
Zaddy, no,
cakes.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's got them cakes.
Oh, some cakes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's cakes
I like
and cakes. So I do a lot of baking. And how many times have I just stood there with a whisk and like in the never?
No, right?
I
You
think
mix it up real quick and then you set aside and you're doing the other shit in the KitchenAid.
Sounds like you might have a new Instagram story.
Well, maybe I do.
Just whisking.
Just whisking.
Just
Whisking
you-
nothing.
Whisking nothing. We're like,
Whisks and whisk.
and just smiling.
Yeah.
Whisk and just like shoddy mustache, like a whisk.
Sure,
I guess
yeah,
it's a
that's
whisk.
fun.
A wisp.
Yeah.
So, then they like Ben and Joy are like having like very high concept conversations about Christmas tradition and like
Yeah.
being classic or like played out as what I wrote, but I can't remember what she said. Like she wants to like put a twist on
twist on
everything,
it, yeah.
and he's like, "No, the traditions are there for a reason. Like that's like what Christmas is all about." And this happens. This has been happening a lot this year in Hallmark movies. Like they've been kind of focusing on this theme. And she's like, "Whatever, Captain Christmas. Like you can have your Christmas. I'm gonna put my twist on things."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her twist: putting cayenne pepper in hot chocolate. Just saying. That's her twist.
That's pretty bold.
Pretty bold.
Pretty bold.
Spicy.
I mean, I've heard of it.
As they're talking, Ben is like holding up this ornament. He's like, look at this ornament. And it's her mom's green ornament, Drew.
Also, her
And-
mom's dead. I feel
Yeah,
like
her mom's dead.
Of course.
It was
Correct.
implied. He
Yeah.
knew. He knew.
Okay.
I mean, oh, I know. Like, I already.
Drew knew
because
that.
because it's her aunt,
Yeah,
Right.
we knew that the
You
mom's
knew.
dead. Yeah.
I knew the mom's dead.
But he drops the ornament and it breaks. And
I literally gasped.
Me too. I did too.
I was about to.
It was shocking.
just now.
And I wrote in all caps, "Oh fuck, he broke the ornament."
Yes, and she's like, "It's fine, it's fine," and she like cleans it up really fast, and like it's so not fine, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to apologize, Ben is like taking Joy out for dinner, okay? And it's like a very nice dinner. They drink wine, and I was like, "Yes, I'm drinking wine too. Perfect."
Ooh, me
Here we
Yes.
go.
So that made me happy. And then on his way out, his mom is there, and she's like, "What is this? Are you on a date with Joy?" And she's like, what about Anne from the city? Like, she broke your heart. How are you going to handle that? And he's like, Mom, stop. Mom.
In the middle of their date?
Well,
Oh.
on the way out.
And I
Oh,
think
okay.
I wrote, I guess Anne was a paralegal. I don't know why I wrote down paralegal.
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
I was like, yeah, she was a paralegal and we moved too far away from the hospital. And it was just like,
Yeah.
but also like, I don't know. Paralegal is not like I mean, you can be a paralegal anywhere.
Yeah.
That's
You-
not like a
right.
big city.
North Carolina needs
highfalutin- Yeah,
paralegals.
that's not like a highfalutin city
Maybe,
job.
does it just like, so too, like a writer
Yes.
is
Yeah.
like,
This was written
A
by like 4
paralegal.
people, by the way.
Yeah.
okay. Because it says it's based on a book.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to read that book.
No.
So,
It was a bestseller in What If Something magazine. Was
I have one last note about this conversation with the mom, which is why I'm bringing it up. So Ben is like, he's like, you know what, Mom? I know when to stay in my lane. And she's like, her response, if you never leave your lane, the scenery can get pretty boring.
Oh, why didn't I write that down? That's pretty good.
Right? I'm like,
Ooh.
damn, Mom. Okay,
Damn, okay,
tell him
Mom.
what's up.
Yeah.
So this meddling mother is not really staying in her lane at all.
Yeah.
The next scene, she goes to meet Joy, and she's like, hey, I used to work at a law firm in the big city. And
Oh, so she was the paralegal, not
I
the
think-
ex-wife.
yeah, I think
That's
so.
why I wrote down paralegal.
So she's the paralegal, and she's like, you know what? You need everything ASAP at your job, I bet. It's really hectic and stuff. I was running that rat race, and I got nowhere. And look, I'm here now, and I'm happy, and I have a husband and a child, and my life is great. And you should quit your job, probably.
yeah.
Okay.
And Joy's like-
And
Joy?
also, so then I asked
Yeah.
his mom, why can't you just be a paralegal in the small town?
Right.
Also, she looked like Jacqueline Smith. I wrote
I
that
thought
down.
she was, and I kept looking her up.
I
I'm
know,
like,
that's why I was like,
no,
they
she's
would
not.
tell us if it was Jacqueline Smith.
They would. So ice skating happens.
Yeah, of course we get an ice skating
Oh,
montage.
good. Okay.
And then the best part of the whole movie, Ben and Joy go to the woods. Why are they in the woods, Drew? Just take a guess.
Well, it's definitely not to feed more goats.
Right.
No,
No
because
goats.
we haven't
It's-
seen anything from them.
You get one guess
you
and then I'm
spoiled
going to
that
tell
for
you.
me.
I
that
know.
They go
Sorry,
back
sorry.
to
There's
the
no goats in the woods.
I'm really interested in the goats, but you spoiled it.
Okay.
They go to the woods. Well, I mean, I don't. It's hard with Hallmark.
Okay.
To make out.
So here's why. Ben goes to the woods to listen to the trees.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
he does.
And then
They
they
just
see a
stand
fallen
there.
bird's
So
nest.
does he say it?
Yes.
He goes, I want to go and listen to the trees.
No, they're standing in the woods, and she's like, "What are we doing here?" And he's like, I just like to listen to the trees. I have something to admit to you."
one little twist, and it's a
Yes.
Lifetime movie.
And then she's in the bunker.
And then she's in a bunker.
She's in the bunker.
Yeah.
No, she's not in the
No
bunker.
bunkers in a bunker.
She finds a bird's nest on the ground, and she's
Yeah.
inspired because they don't have the theme for the cookie crawl, and somehow this bird's nest inspires the theme.
Because like a really high power marketing person couldn't come up with a theme for a cookie crawl.
I
It
wrote-
took her several days.
I wrote down the theme verbatim. So this is the theme: Mother Nature, about how we're all bound together by nature, like Christmas. We're all together.
Yeah.
That's the theme.
And then this is of course the point where they almost kiss, but
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
Like they tense and then they don't. At which point my boyfriend, who was sitting on the couch next to me with headphones doing something else, goes, "Slip of the dick."
Yes.
Slipper the dick.
Oh my
He
god.
didn't though. He didn't. And then it cuts to her sexually frustrated making brownies in a Peter Pan collar.
Oh yes, she really does. Like she's very pent up, and she goes to get these brownies out, and she's like,
She's pent up about the.
Because
not-
they almost kissed, but then they didn't.
right, and it wasn't like something came, like someone came and interrupted them, or like something happened. It was Ben. He was like going for the kiss, and he was like, I can't do this, and he just like walked away.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? She's like checking her breath. She's like, what happened? I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened?
And then she was like so sexually frustrated making brownies.
Yeah, so when she's getting these brownies, the freezer door pops opened.
Mm-hmm.
There's your Christmas magic, or Christmas demon magic.
Yeah.
And all the
I
cookie
like
dough
it.
goes bad.
Which also, like, if the cookie dough was frozen and the freezer was left out overnight, it would have just thawed and the dough would have been fine.
Right.
Right.
But they had to
Probably.
throw it all away.
All gone, and she
Uh-oh.
doesn't have cookie dough, and she's gonna have to make more by herself, and she doesn't want to ask Ben because it's too awkward because they almost kissed, but he like totally put the kibosh on that because of her halitosis, and Then Aunt Ruby
Oh, by the way, she has halitosis.
Aunt Ruby
And they
somehow
said that.
finds out, and she calls Ben, and then all the white people in the town come to help
Yeah.
bake cookies.
Yeah.
And it's
Because the black person in the town was the doctor and he was busy saving lives.
yeah, he's doing the real work
He's
of
like-
the town.
He's doing the actual.
And there's also like an up-tempo jazz Christmas montage.
Yeah.
Which is also
that's good.
basically just a Balsam Hill like
Ad.
commercial. Because
Yep.
they zoom in on all these direct... how much wine have I had?
Oh,
Decorations.
Just have a bottle, no worries.
Decorations.
At the gingerbread contest now, Joy put her marketing skills to use. She created a blind voting system.
Yeah.
So there's no
Brilliant.
bias.
So no one could give pity votes if they saw like no one voted for this shitty ass gingerbread house.
Yes, but somehow Ben and his mother win the contest. So I think it's a little biased.
Well,
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say,
Maybe they just had the best
by the
one.
time this podcast comes out, everyone will have voted. But, voter fraud is real. And this proves
Yeah.
it. The gingerbread contest was biased. And I think that the carousel gingerbread should have won.
yeah.
Okay?
Also, Gingerbread Week on Great British Bake Off is worth watching. Like, just go through every
sure.
season and watch just that episode.
Yeah.
Good to know. So Joy goes to the gala. This is where it gets a little convoluted, Drew. So I'm just going to try to breeze through this. Joy has to go to the gala for her promotion to be announced, right? So she drives
right
up to
after
DC.
immediately coming from the gingerbread contest.
Okay.
But she's going to come back for the cookie crawl.
Yeah. So she's just coming overnight. But also Ben gives her this gift. Mm-hmm. Which
It's like-
I, once again, audibly gasped and awed
It's
at.
beautifully wrapped.
Yeah.
It was a green wrap with a bow, and she takes it and she's like, "Thank you so much." He's like, "Don't open it now. Don't open it now." She's like, "Okay," but I would have been like getting in my car and like opening it right away.
I know what
she
it is.
doesn't open it. She doesn't open it. She goes home. She's getting ready, and then she's getting I don't know what she's doing. She's like leaving
Put her
house. but-
earrings on.
Yeah, but then somehow she's like, "This is the time I'm going to open the present."
Yeah. My
And-
Uber is 5 minutes away. by this time.
Right. So she opens the present, and it's a repurposed ornament. Okay.
Ew.
The broken pieces he
He
put
put
them all
yeah,
together.
He put. Remember on the poster, there was a heart with like stuff on it. You probably don't remember, but it's a heart with like green glass in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah.
What's it
yeah.
called with the
I
broken
got-
glass when you make...
A decoupage.
this-
No, it's, yes, that's the ornament.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but
I'm
I
going
know
to
what
look it
you're
up
saying.
because whoever
Yes.
is listening to this is
They're,
screaming.
yeah,
what
they're
it
like,
is.
So
it's whatever.
Yeah. So it's
Mosaic.
Mosaic.
I didn't even have to look it up.
Yes. Well, good job.
Thanks.
And it's her mother's broken ornament, and she's like very happy. So she's
Yeah.
at the gala, and Poppy Wetherington's there, and she's like, "Hey, just so you know, we're dumping your marketing client. Like, we don't want to work with your firm, but we like you, and you're really good.
Yeah.
So you should work for us.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
not offering you a job, but maybe.
She's like, I'm just going to be really vague, but
Yeah.
Okay.
And
well, let
then
me know
Can't
when
say
you
yeah.
offer me the job.
Joy's
100%.
like, "Oh well, I'd love to, but I'm doing this cookie crawl thing. It's very important." Yeah.
so she legitimately,
And Poppy.
because her actual boss, not Poppy Wetherington, but
Yeah.
her actual boss is like, oh shit, Poppy Wetherington's leaving. We need you to like really like step it up. So like you're going to have to work tomorrow. And she's like, but it's a cookie crawl. And her boss was like, really? And she was like, well, then I guess I quit.
Yeah,
Okay.
she quits.
Okay.
So Poppy Wetherington is like,
Because
"Oh,
I was gonna say, like, are you going back to do a cookie crawl?
yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
No, you're
Yeah.
not. As
She
a boss,
quit
you're
her
like,
job.
You're like, no,
She
you're
quit
not.
her job. And so she's celebrating with her Asian friend, coworker, and Ben shows up at the place, and he drove up all the way from North Carolina.
In his pickup truck, in a suit, in a tux. And
Yes.
another point I audibly awed. I was like, oh, he looks so sweet in that little tux,
I
just
know.
driving up to see her. Like, I want a grand gesture.
He does. And he walks in, and a waiter comes up to him and is like, "Hey, bro, you gonna like get the champagne or what? Like, get to
He's
work.
wearing the
What are you
same-
just standing around?" He looks
Yeah.
like all the waiters.
He's wearing the
dressed
same
up-
tux.
Same tux.
Uh-oh.
So then he takes his male feelings, they can't handle, much like when she was like, oh, so can I pay you for your time? He's like, fuck you, and left.
Yes.
He's like,
It's all like-
oh, I guess I don't fit in your world. A thing that
Yeah.
she never said, no one indicated.
No
he
one
just wore the same tux.
Internalized
Yeah.
self-shame.
yeah.
Yes, so he leaves.
He just
and
seems like
she
he
sees
seems
him.
like a mess. This
Joyce,
guy's a mess.
yeah, Joyce sees this dude, and she's like, "Ben,
Yeah.
Ben,
And he like runs away.
He runs away. She calls him and he doesn't answer. She's like, what the hell? So she goes back down to town and she's like, what am I saying? Oh,
To Caroline in North Carolina.
one note. When she gets her phone to like call Ben, the ornament that he made her is in her clutch.
Also, I have a note about the clutch because I own that very same clutch and I got it at Ross Dress for Less.
Oh, good.
I just feel like people need to know.
Yeah, just so you know,
I brought it to the Jeffs.
a Christmas
episode
ornament
is
would not.
sponsored by-
Yeah, Ross.
Yep.
I brought it to the Jeffs. I put a flask in it.
Oh, you
Not
did?
an ornament. I did.
Wonderful. Well, if it was a Christmas ornament flask, that'd be amazing.
Well, no, it had a unicorn on it.
So everyone's back down at the cookie crawl, and
Yeah, then I wrote Ben is kind of a dick.
yes, Poppy Weatherington shows up, and she's like, "This is what a cookie crawl is. I love it. Joy, you want to work for me? I have a job in Charlotte, and you're going to be our in-house marketing research
Yeah.
person." And Joy's like, "Sure, okay,
I
That's
just quit
20
my job.
minutes from Crystal Falls.
yeah." And then Ben shows up, and Joy looks actually legitimately pissed. Like I thought she was going to be like, "Get out of here! This is my cookie
Yeah.
crawl. You don't need to be here." But then they hash things out and they kiss to Mariah Carey's "Joy to the World."
Which is far not as good. Inferior.
It is
It's
far not good.
It's
Gooder.
far inferior
It is far not gooder.
to
than-
Whitney's.
Well, all I'm saying is Mariah Carey's "Joy to the World" ain't cheap.
Oh, no.
Hallmark
No, but like,
is paying money
They
now
spent
for
some
these
dough.
music.
Yeah.
but then get Whitney's. But I wonder if
True.
they wanted All I Want for Christmas Is You and they like cut a deal.
I guarantee you,
Like, if
Whitney's
they
is
were
more.
like-
Whitney's is.
It
gotta
had to be
more.
"Joy to the World" because the movie's called Christmas Joy.
But I wonder if they got a deal because they use All I Want for Christmas all the time on
Oh,
Hallmark.
yes,
Like,
they
I wonder
do.
if they got a deal. Like, okay, we'll buy your whole like
the whole
catalog.
Mariah Carey Christmas catalog,
Just
which
the
I'm fine
whole
with.
thing.
Which great.
Fine with that.
Is there a better one?
Good for you.
Close runner up, Kelly Clarkson,
Yes.
but not better.
No, not better.
Not better.
I mean, I'm a Jessica Simpson Christmas, so
Oh, okay.
you
You
I have
can-
no standards.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's fine. I know my music
There's
taste is
a-
trash.
I'm more of like a Pantera Christmas
Right.
special.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
Okay, wonderful. I believe that wraps up our conversation for Christmas Joy. So let's go around the table. Is my next guest here?
Not yet.
Okay,
No.
just checking on my time because he should be here. But so let's go around
Maybe
the
he
table.
got caught up voting like me.
Oh my gosh, everyone votes. But so we're gonna go around the table. We're gonna say pour it up or put a cork in it and why. So we'll start with our guest, Kathleen.
Pour it up. I audibly gasped several times. It was like she's still, I mean, she eventually quit her job for Christmas, but like she hung on to her like agency for a while longer.
Yeah,
So I'm going to pour it up.
Okay.
wonderful. Drew,
I'm blind gonna put a cork in it.
and why?
For a couple reasons.
Cool.
There was no flower fight
True.
No.
when there absolutely should have been.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking making
Yeah.
cookies. There needs
Yeah.
to be a flower fight.
There's flour at the ready.
And I don't like, from what you guys are explaining, this Ben guy. Like, why this guy is mentally unstable.
Yeah,
But then he would do cute things and I would, oh.
yeah. I mean, he made a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, but he's mentally unstable though.
Yes.
Like, and goes off with he's like a child.
Yeah.
No,
True.
you don't want to get with that guy.
No,
Girl, don't.
that's your whole life. You're gonna be
Yeah,
just
just soothing
soothing,
the goats.
soothing the ego.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna put a cork in that shit.
I think I will. I'm on the fence. I think I'm going to pour it up because of the actors were good.
Yeah, they were good.
So they were actually very good actors. They had, hard material to work with, and like the movie was confusing, but
Yeah.
the actors were enjoyable and
They were
had good
doing
chemistry.
their best.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I also put it together. Mrs. Weatherington was on an SVU episode where she played like this woman who witnessed a crime, but then also they found out that she actually like murdered her abuser like 30 years ago.
Oh,
Love
wow.
it.
So that's
She's
important.
in a lot of Hallmark movies.
And Matt Long, the Ben guy.
yeah.
He is going to be in a movie that's like coming out. It's a Christmas horror movie.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh. More on that.
Let's. What is it called? Let me see. Yeah. So it's a. It's called All the Creatures Were Stirring.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Definitely, you're allowed to watch that. Drew.
I'm gonna very
Okay.
watch that.
So that wraps up our conversation about Christmas joy. But before we go, we have our favorite segment of this week and every week. Get ready,
Oh
Kathleen.
my gosh, I love the music.
Oh yeah, this is our theme song. Okay, here we go.
What you say?
Bachelor bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé. Eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say? Candace Cameron Bure.
Boom.
Oh my God.
Okay,
It's
yes.
the Pinot Noir, but of Candace Cameron Bure.
Exactly what I told Brad Kemp when we recorded. I'm like, I want Pinot Noir, but I want it Candace Cameron Bure.
Well, I wholeheartedly enjoyed it.
And he's like, "What's Pinot Noir?" I'm like, "Get out,
Get out
out,
of
Brad."
Get out of your studio.
Hack.
Brad Kemp Music. Follow him on
Just kidding,
whatever.
he's fabulously
great.
talented.
He has a Spotify album out. You should check it out. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about Candace.
Okay.
So the thing that we do, and I was explaining it to Kathleen before we started taping. I've been recording her Instagrams because she blocked me for a while. So now I screen record them, so I have them. So we are going through the archive. So this
Okay, great,
is
great,
from
great,
the
great,
summer. I'll play a little clip and we'll talk about it. Okay.
Great.
Don't mind that. That's just my couch.
I got to the beach. I made it to the beach in New York. Guess who I'm with? And
Who?
Gary. What you drinking there, Gary? Vodka. Right. He's not drinking vodka. What is it, Gary? Sparkling water. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
they don't drink.
He just wanted to make sure, I don't want the comments and the messages is just a joke, people. It's a joke.
God, she just
Not a joke.
she
Not a
like
joke.
she just oh my
I don't
God.
want the comments that a fully
don't
grown
like the
adult
comments.
man was drinking alcohol
On the beach.
On the beach.
In a plastic cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not like we can see it and be like, oh, it's a cocktail.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah.
fully
Whatever-
grown adult man.
Isn't that great? But so she was like doing her Instagram story. She's like, I'm at the beach. I'm so excited. And then she stopped recording and like Matt said that thing. And she's like, Matt,
Yeah, you could. She's like,
Matt.
Matt.
Oh my God. Should I post another story? Should I delete it?
I
I
need-
don't want, I looked really good in it. I shouldn't delete it.
Yeah.
But Matt, how
Give
could
it
you
a-
say that
give it a-
vodka?
How
She
could you
did
say it
really
was
look
all
good.
vodka? That was live.
That's on my story forever.
That's on my story forever. You know
But
how many
she
people are gonna
also,
get pissed off about that? I gotta do a thing. Say it's not. Don't.
Damage control.
Yeah.
Damage control.
I want to know
Immediate.
who her very toned friend was.
That's her friend who she works out with all the time, and I don't
Oh, wow.
record
Is
her
it like her
workout.
trainer?
So her trainer, but also friend. Which is how when you're famous, you
Yeah.
just everyone who you hang out with, you pay.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like in small towns.
no,
Not like in small towns.
Not
where,
like in
oh,
small
you
towns.
just
No
do
way.
something for the good of it.
Ugh. Candace Cameron.
Yes. So that I think is it for this week. Kathleen, do you have anything you'd like to plug? Anyone we can follow you?
Oh,
Cakes
yeah.
and Cakes?
Cakes and Cakes with 3 A's. My regular Instagram is cat with a K. K-A-T. Camp Gibson. What else? I felt like I wrote a song for an overweight cat. You can follow Bruno Bartlett. He's a really fat cat. Like, he's huge.
What?
And the song that I wrote for her, my friend Lauren adopted him. And like his pictures went viral from like the shelter. And so thousands of people put in applications. And my friend was like, I need a song. And I was like, I'll have it done by the end of the day.
Nice.
So I wrote her this song. She sang it.
To get the cat.
To get the cat.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
called Give Me That Fat Cat. And
Nice.
and you can buy it on iTunes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Give me that fat cat.
Give me that fat cat.
Give me that fat cat. Is it
It's
on
not me singing.
Spotify?
It's no, because then I don't get that much money.
Oh,
Eventually,
no,
I'll put
there-
it on Spotify.
You don't get any money from Spotify.
Yeah,
No.
you get like pennies, but eventually I'll put it on there because as of now we've made $44.
Give me that fat
Nice.
But
cat.
he has 70,000 Instagram followers. The cat.
Just
That's
the cat.
amazing.
The
Did
cat.
she get did she start the Instagram for the cat? Or
Yeah,
did
after
the cat
she got
already?
him.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was like,
no.
She got
did
it.
she like
Yeah, she took him home.
over the
They have
account?
him on a special diet, so don't like because she gets internet trolls about this cat's weight.
Oh, and people are like, you need to put that cat on a diet.
Yeah, and she's like,
ew.
well, duh.
It's a cat. Leave it alone.
A, it's a cat, and like B, duh. Like, anyway.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, yes. Drew, where can we find you?
Oh, as always, you can find me at Drew But With Pants on Instagram. I don't use Twitter really. I mean, I
Great.
have one, but I don't use it.
Whatever.
Twitter's scary.
It is. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Kathleen, for
Oh
being
my gosh,
here.
I'm
Thank
thrilled
you.
to be here.
Thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies because you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. Hit us up at 872-267-4117 and leave us a message about a movie we've covered or a movie you'd want us to cover. And don't forget to follow us on Lifetime on Court, on Instagram and Facebook and all the things. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.